On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Certainty.
The state of being certain.
Examples:
Scientific certainty. Reach certainty about the theory. Through investigation, his suspicions hardened into certainty.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples:
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding.
Ultrasound.
Higher frequency sound than humans can hear.
Examples:
Ultrasound meter. Ultrasound scan. An ultrasound scan showed that the baby was a girl.
Prospective.
Likely or expected to happen or become in the future, often referring to something or someone that is being considered or evaluated.
Examples:
Prospective customer. Prospective candidate. The company is looking for prospective employees with strong communication skills.
Genital.
Of or relating to the external and internal reproductive organs.
Examples:
Genital bleeding. Pain in the genital area. The genital organs of the human body are necessary for reproduction.
Pediatrics.
The branch of medicine that deals with the care and treatment of children.
Examples:
Pediatrics department. Pediatrics clinic. I am studying pediatrics in medical school because I love working with children.
Endocrinology.
The study of hormones, their regulation, and their effects on the body, includes the study of endocrine glands such as the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, and adrenal gland.
Examples:
Endocrinology lab. Pediatric endocrinology. The endocrinology clinic analyzed my hormone levels to determine the cause of my irregular periods.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Mismatch.
To put together or match items that are not compatible or do not fit well together. To be different from or not correspond to something else.
Examples:
Mismatch expectations. Mismatch socks. The colors of the shirt and pants totally mismatch, making the outfit look ridiculous.
External.
Belonging to or situated outside of someone or something.
Examples:
External factors. External commerce. When a company discloses information to the market, an external auditor verifies them.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
Intern civilians, medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things. A course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Gay.
Homosexual, happy, carefree.
Examples:
Gay couple. Gay rights. The Gay Pride Parade was a celebration of diversity and acceptance.
Lesbian.
A woman who is attracted romantically and sexually to other women.
Examples:
Lesbian love. Lesbian relationship. The lesbian couple was denied the right to marry due to the conservative laws in their state.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples:
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Anatomy.
The scientific study that deals with the physical structure of humans, animals, or plants.
Examples:
Animal anatomy. Anatomy of a country's collapse. The professor explained the anatomy of the nervous system.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Spectrum.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
A broad spectrum of opinion. Infrared spectrum. This device displayed the speech spectrum spectrographically.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples.
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Normative.
Setting, constituting, or relating to a standard or norm, prescribing or advocating a standard of correctness or right behavior.
Examples.
Normative behavior. Normative standards. The normative approach to morality focuses on what is considered socially acceptable behavior.
Fashion.
A style that is popular at a particular time or place, the state of being popular.
Examples.
Go out of fashion. New fashion trends. That style is no longer in fashion.
Persist.
To continue to do and refuse to stop something despite difficulties or opposition, even if it appears unreasonable.
Examples.
Persist over time. Persist in success. Consult your doctor if the symptoms persist.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples.
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Puberty.
The process of a person's physical changes, through which their sexual organs develop and become capable of reproduction.
Examples.
At the height of puberty. The onset of puberty. In this culture, men are initiated when they reach puberty.
Breast.
Either of the two round soft parts of a woman's chest which secrete milk after childbirth.
Examples.
Breast cancer. The mountain's breast. He grilled the breast meat of a chicken.
Bud.
A small swelling on a plant stem or twig containing an undeveloped shoot.
Examples.
Pinch off a bud. Bud grafting. The flower was starting to show its bud and would soon bloom into a beautiful blossom.
Gonad.
A reproductive organ that produces gametes, such as testes in males or ovaries in females.
Examples.
Gonad development. Reproductive gonad. Certain chemicals can disrupt the proper functioning of gonads, leading to reproductive problems.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples.
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Absolute.
Perfect or complete, or to the most considerable degree possible.
Examples:
Absolute loyalty. An absolute must. Gandhi had an absolute zeal for nonviolence.
Transgender.
Relating to or denoting a person whose gender identity does not correspond to that person's biological sex assigned at birth.
Examples:
Transgender person. Transgender rights. Many transgender individuals face discrimination and marginalization in society.
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Therapy.
The act of caring for someone through medication, remedial training, etc.
Examples:
Therapy for a patient. Field of gene therapy. I underwent aversion therapy for my addiction to alcohol.
Noxious.
Harmful or poisonous to living beings, having an unpleasant or offensive smell or taste, causing intense or unpleasant emotions or feelings.
Examples:
Noxious gas. Noxious substances. The noxious fumes from the factory were causing health problems for nearby residents.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Adolescent.
A young person who is in the process of developing from a child into an adult.
Examples:
Adolescent girl. Pre-adolescent children. Timely education about birth control might help reduce adolescent pregnancies.
Genetically.
In a way that relates to or is produced by genes, equals the units in the cells of a living thing received by an animal or plant from its parents, or heredity.
Examples:
Genetically inherited traits. Genetically manipulated plant. The genetically modified crops were resistant to pests and required less water.
Registrar.
An official in charge of maintaining official records.
Examples:
School registrar. Registrar of domain name. The request is forwarded to the registrar.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
Graduate degree program. Honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Rocket.
A large tube-shaped object that moves very first by a stream of gases let out behind it, used for space travel or as a weapon.
Examples:
Rocket attack against the enemy. Rocket fuel. The rocket launch platform is visible from this hill.
Hormone.
A chemical substance made by organs that encourages or influences the development, growth, sex, etc., of an animal and is carried around the body in the blood.
Examples:
Hormone secretion. Female hormone. The doctor diagnosed me with a hormone disorder.
Affirm.
To assert that something is true or real, to state positively.
Examples:
Affirm old traditions. Affirm strong identity. I affirm that I will always stand by my beliefs.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Delight.
A feeling of great pleasure or happiness.
Examples:
A tremor of delight. With delight. The delight on the child's faces when they received the toy was priceless.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples:
Attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit. Buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Subsequent.
Happening or occurring later or after something else.
Examples:
Over subsequent months. Reduce subsequent mortality. In the subsequent meeting, the team discussed ways to improve productivity.
Peek.
A quick or furtive look, verb, to take a quick and secret look at something.
Examples:
Sneak peek. Peek at others' misfortune. She took a quick peek inside the box before closing it again.
Asexual.
Lacking sexual organs or characteristics, not involving or characterized by sexual activity, neither male nor female in gender identity, not operating in a sexual manner or with sexual connotations.
Examples:
Asexual community. Asexual individual. Asexual reproduction is a common trait found in certain species of plants and animals.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Reject.
To refuse to accept, consider, or use something or someone.
Examples:
Reject the proposal. Reject all imperfect merchandise. The company rejected the job candidate's application due to a lack of experience.
Sibling.
A brother or sister, member of a family born to the same parents.
Examples:
Have a sibling quarrel. Play with my siblings. Children often copy their parents or elder siblings.
Divorce.
The legal dissolution of a marriage.
Examples:
Divorce settlement. A consensual divorce. The couple decided to get a divorce after many years of marriage.
Spouse.
A person's husband, wife, or partner in marriage.
Examples:
Spouse tax deduction. Spouse visa. The spouse of the politician was a constant presence at campaign events.
Forbid.
To order somebody not to do something, especially officially, to keep something from happening or arising.
Examples:
Forbid smoking in public areas. Forbid the use of chemical weapons. God forbid you should regret your marriage.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples:
commit suicide, suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Untreated.
Not given medical care or treatment, not subjected to chemical or physical treatment.
Examples:
an untreated disease. Dispose of untreated formalin solution. Heat stroke is the result of untreated heat exhaustion.
Intrigue.
To make someone interested, especially by being strange, unusual, or mysterious. To make a secret plan with other people to harm someone.
Examples:
intrigue him. Intrigue against his rival. The artist's innovative style of work intrigues me.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Intense.
Especially of a feeling, very strong, extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
intense heat. Develop intense itching. That statement by the Prime Minister drew intense international criticism.
Psychometrics.
The field of study concerned with the theory and technique of psychological measurement, which includes the measurement of knowledge, abilities, attitudes, and personality traits.
Examples:
psychometrics research. Clinical psychometrics. Several universities offer specialized courses in educational psychometrics to train educators in assessment techniques.
Donkey.
A domesticated mammal related to the horse, similar in appearance, but with longer ears and a shorter mane, a foolish or stupid person.
Examples:
male donkey. Donkey ride. The little boy rode the donkey at the county fair.
Fantasy.
A fiction with a large amount of imagination in it, a pleasant situation that you imagine, but that is unlikely to happen.
Examples:
fantasy novel. Confuse fantasy with reality. Composition by artificial intelligence is no longer a fantasy.
Nullify.
To make something legally invalid or without effect, to cancel out, negate, or render something null, equals the absence or lack of value, validity, or significance, and void.
Examples:
nullify a vote. Nullify a law. The court can nullify a contract if it is found to be illegal.
Stunt.
A feat or action that is often dangerous or difficult, designed to attract attention or admiration, something that blocks or impedes growth or development. Verb, to hinder or impede growth or development, especially in a physical or mental sense.
Examples:
skydiving stunt, stunt brain growth. The daredevil attempted a dangerous stunt by jumping off a tall building with a parachute.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
conversation in English, a friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Fertility.
The state or quality of being able to produce babies, young animals, fruit, or new plants.
Examples:
soil fertility, fertility above replacement. The sperm count is used as an indicator of male fertility.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples:
diagnose the problem, diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
process improvement, decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Qualify.
To reach the standard or fulfill the requirement of ability or knowledge needed to do a particular job or receive a particular benefit or privilege.
Examples:
qualify as a candidate, qualify for membership. The top 3 teams in this tournament qualify for the Olympics.
Reversible.
Capable of being turned or done in the opposite direction or way, capable of being reversed or undone.
Examples:
reversible decision, reversible fabrics. The jacket is reversible so that you can wear it with the fur lining on the outside or the inside.
Spout.
A tube or chute through which something, particularly a liquid, can be poured or discharged in a continuous stream, a projecting tube or pipe that transfers fluids from one container to another. Verb, to send out a stream of liquid or gas, typically in a forceful way.
Examples:
spout out an opinion, fountain spout. The water spout in the garden provides a refreshing mist on hot days.
Facial.
Of or relating to a person's face.
Examples:
facial nerve, facial expressions. Facial profiling is a new form of airport security.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
literature of permanent value, permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Surgery.
Medical treatment of injuries or diseases involving an incision with instruments and often removing or replacing some parts of the body, the branch of medical science that treats disease or injury by operative procedures.
Examples:
cardiac surgery, the professor of surgery. He had undergone heart surgery years before.
Electrolysis.
A process or technique of chemical decomposition produced by passing an electric current through an ion-containing liquid or solution.
Examples:
electrolysis apparatus, copper electrolysis process. The electrolysis of water produces oxygen and hydrogen.
Eligible.
Having the required qualities or satisfying the necessary criteria.
Examples:
eligible candidates, eligible for a refund. All those eligible will receive a substantial amount of money.
Gynecology.
Also gyno, the medical study and treatment of the physiology and diseases of the female reproductive system.
Examples:
gynecology clinic, gynecology exam. The gynecology department at the hospital offers state-of-the-art treatments for women's health issues.
Delay.
To cause something to happen at a later time than originally intended or expected.
Examples:
delay a flight 3 hours. Delay the new project. We delayed the payment because of an incorrect invoice.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples:
do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Endocrine.
Relating to the glands in the body that secrete hormones directly into the bloodstream to regulate bodily functions and processes.
Examples:
endocrine disorders, endocrine cell. The endocrine system regulates many bodily functions, including metabolism and growth.
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
public realm, beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
suffer a setback, suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
the problem of drug abuse, victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Horror.
Intense fear or disgust, especially at something shocking or terrifying.
Examples:
horror movie, horror-struck look. The stories of war crimes filled her with horror.
Homeschooling.
The practice of educating children at home rather than sending them to a school outside the home, typically done by parents or guardians.
Examples:
homeschooling curriculum, homeschooling resources. Due to the pandemic, many parents have turned to homeschooling to ensure their child's education.
Consign.
To give over, entrust, or assign control of something, particularly to another person, for safekeeping or delivery, to designate or set aside something for a particular purpose or use.
Examples:
consign to oblivion, consign the rare coins to an auction house. I will consign these old clothes to the donation bin.
Virtue.
High moral standards in behavior or attitudes.
Examples:
virtue of frugality, acquire a virtue. She had many good virtues and few faults.
Skeletal.
Of, relating to, or forming a skeleton, equals frame of bones, very thin or emaciated.
Examples:
skeletal system, skeletal muscles. The older man was skinny and skeletal and not in good health.
Destine.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples:
destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.
Innovative.
Introducing or using new methods, ideas, etc.
Examples:
Use of innovative technology. Stylistically innovative works. The Prime Minister stressed the need to create innovative industries.
Estrogen.
A category of female steroid sex hormone responsible for the development and regulation of the female reproductive system and secondary sex characteristics.
Examples:
Estrogen receptor. Estrogen-responsive breast cancer. The older woman also suffers bone loss caused by estrogen deficiency.
Epiphysis.
The rounded end of a long bone, initially growing separately from the main bone and later fusing with it.
Examples:
Epiphysis fusion. Proximal epiphysis. The X-ray showed a fracture in the distal epiphysis of the radius.
Testosterone.
A male hormone that is responsible for the development of male secondary sex characteristics.
Examples:
Testosterone enhancer. A synthetic derivative of testosterone. Training with sufficient intensity increases blood testosterone levels.
Competition.
A situation in which someone is attempting to beat or outperform another.
Examples:
The first round of the competition. Interspecific competition. Global competition is rising in virtually every industry.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Quip.
A witty remark, often sarcastic or humorous, that is intended to be clever and entertaining rather than serious or critical.
Examples:
Quip about politics. Sarcastic quip. Her witty quip caught everyone off guard and caused the room to laugh.
Contest.
A competition in which people compete for supremacy in a sport or other activity, a struggle between rivals.
Examples:
A speech contest. A close contest. There was a vast contest between the two tribes.
Rearrange.
To change the order or position of things already made, to change the time, date, or place of an event already planned.
Examples:
rearrange the furniture, rearrange his schedule. Please rearrange these files as we start a new project tomorrow.
Spokesperson.
A person who represents or speaks on behalf of an organization, group, or individual to the media or the public.
Examples:
company spokesperson, official spokesperson. The celebrity spokesperson made an appearance at the product launch event.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
employment contract, contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Tease.
To make fun of someone or make jokes about them, either in a playful way or to upset them. To separate the fibers of something. To ruffle a person's or animal's hair by combing.
Examples:
tease the children, tease wool. This ad is intended to tease a competing product.
Identical.
Being the exact same one.
Examples:
pair of identical twins. An identical equation. Infant formulas are nutritionally almost identical to a mother's breast milk.
Twin.
Either of two children born at the same time from the same mother.
Examples:
a twin lens camera. A twin room. Its twin brothers are difficult to tell apart except for their parents.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
conscious effort. Conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Blockade.
A barrier or obstacle designed to prevent the movement or flow of people, goods, or resources. A military tactic that aims to isolate a specific area or territory by preventing it from receiving supplies or reinforcements.
Examples:
embargo blockade. Military blockade. The country implemented a blockade during the war to prevent goods and supplies from entering or leaving.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Prominent.
Important, well-known, or noticeable.
Examples:
prominent figure. Play a prominent role. The media frequently interviewed prominent scientists.
Angular.
Measured by an angle or by the rate of change of an angle, having angles or an angular shape.
Examples:
Angular mountain ridge. Angular momentum. Any rotating body has angular momentum about its center of mass.
Mustache.
An unshaved growth of hair on the upper lip.
Examples:
A gray mustache. Big mustache. The actor's mustache has become an icon.
Spurt.
To suddenly burst forth or flow out powerfully or suddenly, to make a sudden effort or increase in activity or energy.
Examples:
Unexpectedly spurt. Spurt across the table. The water hose suddenly spurted out a strong jet of water.
Overturn.
To turn something upside down, to upset.
Examples:
Overturn a decision. Overturn a table. The court overturned the original verdict.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Legislator.
A member of a group of people who has the power to make or enact laws.
Examples:
A legislator appointed by the party. Incumbent legislator. Corporate executives and legislators are still overwhelmingly men.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Employ.
To give somebody a job and pay them for it, to make use of.
Examples:
Employ job seekers. Employ a new method. When making arrests, police officers frequently employ excessive force.
Accommodation.
A place to live, work, or stay, particularly for a temporary or short-term period. Adjustment or adaptation to meet various needs or circumstances.
Examples:
Temporary accommodation. For your accommodation. The hotel offers comfortable accommodations for both business and leisure travelers.
Fortune.
A large amount of money or property, chance or luck as an unknown and arbitrary force affecting human affairs.
Examples:
Ill fortune. Bit of good fortune. Capitalism guarantees the right of ownership of personal fortune.
Psychiatric.
Of or relating to the treatment or study of mental illness or disorders.
Examples:
People with psychiatric disorders. Psychiatric hospital. The psychiatric evaluation revealed that the patient had been suffering from anxiety.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Inclusive.
Including much or everything, and especially including stated limits, not excluding any of the people, things, ideas, etc. involved in something.
Examples:
A fully inclusive price. Inclusive education. The university has established a capacity for each nationality as part of its inclusive policy.